The Wii, one of the most influential consoles of all time, mainly because of the newfound technology within the system, the motion controls. Yeah, this newfound technology allows us to immerse ourselves just a little bit more into the game. And Nintendo made a clever choice on which game to use to show off this technology. They used Wii Sports. So yes, I would say this is one of the most influential games of all time. And that's because it was the game that was packaged in with the Wii to show the newfound technology within the Wii. The motion controls. Yeah! I know. The technology is not new. It's been an appeal for quite a while to people. And I don't blame them. You know, you want to feel like when you make a punch, that you're making that punch and that every motion of that punch is calculated exactly how you're doing it. You want that sense of immersion that makes you feel like you're the guy in the game or that you are in the game. You want to feel like that instead of just a simple I punched him. You know, and I don't blame people for having that appeal. Freaking heck, I still do. I love the idea of virtual reality. Now, do I think it's going anywhere? It's starting to lift off. It's getting somewhere, but it's still iffy right now. The technology is just not there yet. But the appeal certainly is, and that's just going to keep driving it farther and farther, making it eventually a reality. A virtual reality. And that's great. But before I start digressing, let's stick with the topic that we have today, the motion controls. Yes, the Wii was the first console to bring it into the general homes of the consumers, the families. But did they do it effectively? Was it successful? Well, if the units sold doesn't say enough, yes, it was successful. And this game was used to show the technology. You know, without the motion controls, it's nothing to go bragging on about. It's just your simple boxing, bowling, golf, tennis, and then baseball. It's nothing too impressive to go bragging on about. But with the motion controls, it was something. Like, you could just pick up a Wii remote, and you could be bowling. You could be playing baseball. You could be playing tennis. You could be playing boxing, and even I still have some accessories for the boxing game. I would use these all the time. Now, they required an additional device. They required the nunchuck. I'm not even going to try to hook this up right now. But the Wii was just so successful in that I just say it's one of the best systems of all time. If not the greatest. It innovated a lot. It brought a new way of gaming to the homes. Like, look at Xbox and Sony. They freaking copied the idea afterwards. Like, Xbox tried doing it with the... Ooh. Didn't mean to drop that, but Xbox tried doing it with the Kinect. Now, why I don't have it hooked up? Well, it's a piece of crap. It doesn't work that well. But then again, they still tried. They wanted to get in on the, new fad, as I would say. It certainly wasn't a fad. It stuck around, and it still does. There's still motion controls within games today. There's virtual reality coming afoot, and that's so cool. The Nintendo Switch, the perfect example to me is ARMS. You can use the Joy-Cons as the motion controls. You could use them to punch and then dodge and move and jump. There's only, by what I remember, 2 buttons that you have to press on each controller, so that's 4 in total. It's astounding, and it all started on the Wii. That's where it came afoot. The Wii is one of the most influential game systems of all time, and I would like to beg differ if you think otherwise. Now, of course, like I said, there's a bunch of other influential game systems. Like, there's the NES, which I would say is the most influential game system of all time. It doesn't matter. The NES is what brought the gaming scene back alive in North America. So, the NES is clearly the winner when it comes to most influential game system of all time. That's why I make it my primary goal to collect it. Just the games are astounding, and I just love the history of it, and the games are fun. Come on, why not? And then, yeah. Then there's the 3D jump from 2D to 3D. That's also very influential. So some of the systems then may be more influential than this. And I understand that. But the basis still stands that the Wii certainly brought afoot a new sense of gaming to everyone. With Xbox trying to connect, and then PlayStation trying the PlayStation Move, and now they're even going on their tangent and trying to go with virtual reality. And that's awesome. I've always been optimistic about the idea of virtual reality eventually being a thing. You know, I watch shows like SAO or Sword Art Online, to people that don't know the acronym. I love that show. The Nerve Gear is just, it's so fascinating. I would love to see that device come to existence. I would love it so much. I would have so much fun. Like, I want to feel like I'm actually in the game. Feel like that I'm actually doing what I'm doing. And obviously people have the same appeal I do. And that's why it's still being enforced. It's still being worked upon. And eventually we may get the virtual reality system that we are all looking for. And in my opinion, it really started here with the Wii. This is where it made it consumer friendly. So when it comes to virtual reality and the motion controls, feeling like you're in the game, I would say the leap to that generation started with the Wii. And that's why I say Wii Sports is one of the most influential games of all time. Because it was the game that showed that off to the consumers and made it worthwhile to buy. Now, if you're a late buyer to the system, you know, you have more games than this. But when it released, this was the game I played with my family. I still play it all the time with my dad. Now, again, I play Wii Sports Resort over this any day with my dad now, but I still love going back to this because I have memories with it. I was only 7 at the time I got this for Christmas, and I love the game, and I will